Boom! We are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Life as a Chad YouTube channel. And I thank all of you for being here wherever you may be. And of course, however you may be listening. It is the 4th of July. So I wanted to just make a quick 4th of July video, watch maybe a few funny videos, but just give a quick discussion on the 4th of July and specifically what it means to me. And that's probably where I will start in this video. By the way, if you're not subscribed already, be sure to smash the shit out of that subscribe button. Support a fellow king out. Like, comment, share. If you guys want to donate to the channel, I'll put the Cash App link in the description. And without further ado, let's get into this. So the 4th of July has always been very, very important to me. My father retired from the Air Force as a senior master sergeant. I'm not the only one who has had family members in the military who have served and given up their time, their resources, all of the above, to try and make this country a better place. So when you think about the 4th of July and Independence Day, you have to start there. You know, when you really take the time to think about any individual, but the many individuals, and of course, sometimes it's hard to put an actual face to this image that you're conjuring up. But when you spend any amount of time thinking about the individuals who have literally given up their life for you and for this country, you can't help but feel a sort of appreciation for that sacrifice. Now, the trouble is, nowadays, I don't think most people resonate with that or perseverate and ruminate on that type of thing. But it's something that I have been taught to do from being this tall all the way up, that you have to have an appreciation for things that have occurred before your time and a certain respect for the people who have done certain things to give you certain privileges that you maintain now. And I think that this is a concept, sadly, that is really lost in the West and in America. Really lost. And that's why this country is going into this kind of murky trajectory, because realistically, you and I don't want to make this video all about this, but realistically, you have two major sects in this country, kind of viewpoints. You have the people who are like myself, who have this great reverence and this kind of pride in Americana, and this what do you call it? What do you call somebody who has a great appreciation? It'll come to me. Chauvinistic kind of internalization of this. You have people like that, like myself, a good amount of people. And then you have, I don't know if it's bigger or smaller than this group of people that I'm talking about, but you have a group of people who believes, who spits really on that kind of mindset, who believes that all of this is a mistake, and kind of come to it from this victim, kind of this victim mentality, this it was all a mistake. It's all been a disaster. There's no positives that have come from the last 300 years of America's existence, only mistakes. And so the point is that sadly, this kind of reverence is not commonplace. I don't believe. I could be wrong. While there are a decent amount of people who do have that reverence, it's not as much as it should. And even if you don't love this country or love the principles and values that this country upholds, you should still have a certain appreciation for somebody who was willing to give up their life for you in some sort of way. I mean, when would that ever happen? When would the greatest sacrifice, there is no better sacrifice than that of somebody willing to give up their lives for yours. When would you ever have that happen? You wouldn't. So you should at the very least have a certain respect and astonishment in a positive way for that. The next thing I'm going to say, moving past the reverence, and by the way, thank you. I always, and this is not a pat life as a Chad on the back here, but I always, anytime I see somebody who has served in the military, I always make it a point to go to that person and acknowledge that I appreciate their service. Thank you for your service, sir. Thank you for your service, ma'am. So I want to say that here and now in this video, thank you to all of you who have served this country and given up your time, your energy, your whatever it may be. Thank you for the service that you have given to this country and to the citizens of America. But moving forward here, you know, you can't help but reflect and ask yourself if we're going to be able to continue to have a celebration like this much longer. And sadly, if things continue on the trajectory that we're going, I'm not so sure we will. And I'm not saying that to make you sad or to scare you or anything like that purposefully. It's just the reality in my eyes. And I would rather know that reality and try to do something about it, impact it, than not know and have nothing to do with it. And it's important for all of us to be aware of this so that, like I said, you can make an impact in some sort of way. That's why it is vital on days like this to wave that American flag, to say thank you to every veteran who has served, and to show immense pride, but not just on this day, other days as well. That's the issue. That is why this day, the existence of this very day is in question, is because on all of the other 364 days of the year, there is kind of this guilt and this quietness about the pride that many Americans feel about this country. And you cannot do that. You know, I'm not saying that you should go and lose your job or something like that and risk your job. But when it comes to your community and your free time, you know, I'm not saying be loud about it, but certainly don't be quiet about it. Nothing wrong with expressing your freedom of speech and your adoration for this country. So, you know, again, I'm not sure how much we will be able to celebrate a day like this if we continue on the trajectory that we're on. But nonetheless, today it is a day that we can celebrate and really have a great time and a great day. So make sure that you are doing that. It is vital to be with friends, to be with family, to enrich the community in which you live. That is another reason that this day is in question, is because in America and in the West, really, we have seen this dismantling of the community, of the nuclear family. You look back at any time period before, I would say, the 70s, because this really started to decay after the 70s. And you would just see this immense coming together of these communities and these families. And that is kind of going away. You have this massive split and decaying of the family unit and this kind of community setting, albeit part of it has to do with technology and people spending more time in home and at home and in front of the TV and iPads and iPhones and things like that. But it also has to do with the decay of the family unit. And it's partly the first part in which I talked about people feeling that they cannot express their pride and openly. It's partly that, but it's also the other two things that I just stated. And that's why it's vital that you get with friends and family, and even if they're not all like-minded, but just show that you have happiness in your heart and that you are content in your life, because I believe that that is the one of the things that we have on our side. And when I say we, I mean people who have a Christian backing, an adherence or adorance for the family unit, for who have a nationalistic pride. What we have going for us is we are happy, and we know that the course that we are set upon is just and true. And you need to allow people to see you feeling that way. And there's no better way in which to advertise. Maybe advertise is not the best word to use. It's fitting for a capitalistic society, certainly, but it's probably not the sexiest word. But there is no better advertisement for a way of life than for people to visually see you just living your everyday life and being happy as it gets. So that's why it is crucial on this day to be with friends and family and things like that. Now, with all of that being said, this really was just meant to be an appreciation video, somewhat uplifting, but I wanted to touch upon the reality and the truth of things as well. By the way, just think, 2 years ago, a lot of people were shut in their homes because of the nonsense that they allowed to occur with the COOF. And it is just such a pleasure to see so many folks out and about and living life as they should, without a ton of fear or overly fearful, and being with loved ones. It is a joy to see. Man, was it depressing to see how things were 2 years ago with everybody masked up and looking like Taliban members, and it was just quiet and just not what it should be. People fearful and all of the above. But this was really just meant to be a thank you video, an appreciation video. So I saw this on Twitter. I wanted to share this. This is hilarious. Let's go ahead and watch this. So this is an influencer, giving all influencers a bad name here. He's doing a live stream, and he's in his home. He's setting some firecracker off. Fucking idiot, inside his house.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Come on, Pikachu! Give me back! Give me back! Oh my god!
Man, let's watch that one more time.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Come on, Pikachu! Give me back! Give me back!
You know what it looked like? It kind of looked like somebody when they get tased, that little jolt that they do. But that was great. Just to wrap this up, this kind of did remind me of something. You also don't want to be like this individual, setting your house on fire. But secondly, there's a lot of people in this country who celebrate a day like this so they can get turned, so they can get hammered and faded and turned up and kind of just make fools of themselves. But they're not actually celebrating what this day is about and the reason that we even have this day to begin with. And you don't want to be that, okay? You want to know exactly why this day is celebrated, and you don't want to be somebody who basically uses this day as an excuse to get hammered, okay? Just want to share that. So anyways, thank you again to all of the veterans who have served this great nation. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. And I hope that this is an encouragement to to the rest of you out there to continue to be chauvinistic and be prideful that you're an American, and to share your loving spirit with even those who spit on this way of life and this pride that we have. And just make sure that if you see a veteran, that you go and thank him or her for their service. It gives them more joy than you can realize. And it's always great to give that appreciation. All right, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, donate if you guys want to the Cash App link. I will see you kings next time. DBAP, don't be a pussy willow. Facts or feelings, because your feelings just don't matter. Love you guys. See you guys next time. Peace.